Hello, successful people.
Welcome back to the Iron5 Success Channel. I'm DK.
And I'm Mo.
Thank you so much to our subscribers.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. In today's video, DK is going to talk about our pre-cruise road trip to Galveston, Texas in our new 2025 Ioniq 5.
That's right, Mo. I'm going to talk about how we planned the route, what worked, what didn't work, and share what happened after we left our car for 5 days in the cruise port parking lot.
Let's ride.
The first thing we did is charged our 2025 Ioniq 5 at home to 100% the night before. Normally, we only charge it to 80, but before a road trip, it's best to start off at 100%. The estimated range here is 369 miles, but that went down by about 40 miles after we drove the car to get breakfast first before getting on the road. So we started with 97% battery and 328 estimated range before we made our way to Galveston. The first thing I did was use the My Hyundai app in order to plot a route. So I put the Tribute Portfolio Hotel, the Tremont, that's where we were going, and I used the route planning function here in order to plan out the route. Now, one of the things I want you to see is that when you do that, the Hyundai app is going to estimate how long you should drive before charging, and is going to put you at a charge situation where you are at a charger for a minimal amount of time. So after waiting for this to do its thing, you see it has me going to a charger for 8 minutes, and that's one time. When you look and see where, this is a Tesla station, Houston, Texas, Queensbury Lane. However, I wanted to charge at Ioniq Houston because I had heard about it. I know Ioniq participates with Plug and Charge, and that's where I wanted to go. However, after redoing it, it still didn't find Ioniq, so I went ahead and sent the route to the car. Let's see what it looks like in the car. So when you get in the car, this is what you'll see. You just select the route. It'll automatically pull up the Tremont Hotel, except here, it still tells me that I need to find a charging station. This is a fail as far as I'm concerned because it defeats the whole point of doing that in the app if the information about the charging station isn't also transmitted to the car, which it isn't. See, now it's finding this Tesla station in Luling, Texas, which is not the same place it was telling me to stop when I did it in the app. Considering it's not going to keep the information transfer from the app to the car, I would say doing it in the app first is a waste of time. Do it in the car. So, okay, this Tesla station in Luling, Texas. Let's assume I am going to stop there. You just select that, and now it'll tell you that the real-time information may differ from that found at the station. That's fine, because it's giving you information about the chargers and the speeds and what's available at that particular station. So I just select route, and if you do that, it is now going to route you to that charging station on your way to your final destination. Okay, so if I wanted to go to the Tesla station in Luling, that would be great, but I want to go to the Ioniq Houston Rechargery. I think that's what it's called. So I hopped onto my other app, PlugShare. Now in PlugShare, I set a filter to find only NACS chargers before I did anything else. So you'll see as I scroll up where I did that. I just selected NACS and it has Tesla there. So now I went in and created a trip. I selected the map function. I typed in where I was going, the Tremont House Hotel in Galveston. Once the map function finds this hotel, I want to create a trip in the app because I am going to make this ride again. So you just create a trip, choose starting from current location, and my destination is the Tremont House Hotel in Galveston. So now I can then proceed to use the rest of this app, which is going to locate the chargers for me that are in the area. But look how many chargers this found. Way too many. It's every NACS charger between, wherever I have shown on the map, actually. So I zeroed in on the Houston area and then went back and ran another filter. So that way it would only give me the Ioniq stations. So I went back and you'll see I scrolled all the way down to the bottom where it asked for which networks. I just toggled all of them off, then scrolled down, found Ioniq, and toggled that one on. This way, when I go back, it'll only show me Ioniq charging stations in the area I had identified on the map, and there you go. That is the Ioniq station in Houston. Next, I click Save in the upper right-hand corner, and I'll save this trip because we will be driving to Galveston to go on more cruises. Clicking View List on the lower right-hand corner will let me see the steps to make sure that it's actually capturing that we're supposed to stop at that Ioniq Houston Rechargery. If I click on the Ioniq Houston Rechargery, I can get more information about this particular charging station. I'm gonna do another video where I go into more detail about what I did at the Ioniq Houston Rechargery. I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll show you my charging session. But for now, just know that you can then send your route to Apple Maps, Google Maps, Waze, or copy the address if you're going to put it in somewhere else. I decided not to use Apple CarPlay because I wanted to use the car's navigation system. So I just typed in the Tremont Hotel, and because I did it before, it's already in here. And then after it loads up that route, I click Close because this time I don't want the car's navigation system to choose the station. Because I know now that I'm going to the Ioniq Houston Rechargery, I'm going to add a stop. So I'm going to click Add Stop, and then I'm going to type in Ioniq so that I can get the Ioniq station Houston Rechargery to show up. So let's do that. And see here on the right-hand side, I know it's on Washington Avenue because I just did that in the PlugShare app. And now it gives me the information about the Ioniq charging station. I hit OK, and now I'm going to route that, and it'll take me to the Ioniq station first and then continue on to the Tremont Hotel. Now, what I thought was interesting about this is that the information for the Ioniq station did pop up, but because Ioniq is not hooked up with the Hyundai MyPay app, it did not show up as a choice when I used the MyPay app to route this in the first place. Which is interesting to me because Ioniq is part of Plug and Charge. So we made it to the Tremont Hotel in Galveston, had a great weekend. We charged the car at a Blink charging station that the Tremont Hotel has in its valet parking lot. Please subscribe for future videos that talk about the experience charging at Ioniq Houston and at the Blink charging station in the Tremont Hotel parking lot. However, we went on our cruise and now we're coming back to our car after it's been sitting here in the cruise port parking for 5 days in the hot Texas sun, and we want to see how well the charge held in the car. We didn't have a cover for the whole car, but we did have this sun shield for the front windshield that we put up before we left the car in the parking lot for 5 days. And we also had some smaller sun shields that we put on the windows. I was surprised how cool it was inside of this car, considering it had been sitting in the hot Texas sun for 5 days. I'll show you right quick this sun shield that I put on the windows. It has like a saran wrap feel on the back and this mesh on the front. I bought these for my old car, so they don't exactly fit the Ioniq5, but they do the job. I'll drop a link in the description box below in case you're interested for your car. I charged this car to 94% Sunday afternoon at the Tremont Hotel, drove around a little bit Sunday evening, and then drove to the cruise port on Monday, and it was at 92% when we parked it. And as you can see, it is at 91% when we came back. For me, it's a win. I'll definitely be driving my Ioniq5 to Galveston the next time we take another cruise from this cruise port. So what are my tips and takeaways? One takeaway is that doing the route planning in the My Hyundai app is a total waste of time because after it finds the charger and transmits the information to the car, the information about the charging station is not included when the information is sent to the car. So in that case, you might as well just do it in the car in the first place. Second takeaway is that you can actually do route planning and save your trip in an app like PlugShare, and you can send that through Apple Maps or Google Maps or Waze after you're done. So that is also an easier way of being able to do all your searches and still be able to use navigation. It just won't be the car navigation. It'll be Google or Apple through your phone. But if you prefer that method, it was pretty easy. Another takeaway is that finding an EV charging station in the Galveston Island Cruise Port area is a challenge because if you're not patronizing a particular hotel, restaurant, or perhaps parking in a particular cruise port parking lot, it is a problem finding a widely accessible and available EV charger generally. And if you're driving the 2025 Ioniq 5 with a NACS port, finding something like that that accepts non-Tesla vehicles, I couldn't find it at all. So here's my tip. Charge your car sufficiently prior to arriving at the Galveston Cruise Port area. Houston is only about an hour drive away, and there's other charging stops along the way between Houston and the Galveston Cruise Port area. Charge your car sufficiently there because when you leave your car at the Galveston Cruise Port Parking, as you see, it does hold the charge very well. So you can do that prior to arriving at the cruise port area, park your car, leave it, and even if you need to charge it some more in, say, Houston or along the way, there are plenty of charging stations for your 2025 Ioniq 5 or your EV in general between Galveston, Texas, at least where we were going was the San Antonio, New Braunfels area. Plenty of chargers, just not so much in the Galveston Cruise Port area. On the way back home, we wanted to stop at a Buc-ee's so we can get something to eat. So I programmed in this stop at a Tesla supercharging station at the Buc-ee's in Luling, Texas, which coincidentally was the charging station identified by the car navigation system when we were trying to make a route from our house to Galveston in the first place. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you plan a route in your 2025 Ioniq 5 if you're planning on cruising out of Galveston, Texas.
Please subscribe for more content about new home construction and model home tours in and around San Antonio.
And subscribe to continue to follow us as we continue on our 2025 Ioniq 5 ownership journey, travel, and continue to turn our new construction house into a home.
As always, until next time, be peaceful, stay prayerful, and count your blessings.